Senren Banka。
結局、鍛錬は続けるということでいいんだな。
Yes, please. I've started enjoying these workouts.
わかった。では今後もビシバシ行くぞ。
I was hoping we could slow down a little, actually.
お前がそこまで本気になってくれて、わしは嬉しいぞ。
He's not listening, is he?
しかしその前に、正臣。
Yeah? What is it?
お前には本当に迷惑をかけた。すまなかった。
Grandpa bows his head to me. This is the second time he's bowed to me, and it still makes me uncomfortable.
村雨丸に選ばれたとはいえ、怪我をさせたりと、わしは孫であるお前を。
It's fine, really. Honestly, it feels weird when you apologize to me. Sure, Grandpa may have asked me to stay, but I made every decision myself. And I only agreed to help with the purifications and breaking the curse because I wanted to show off anyway. It doesn't feel right to have Grandpa apologizing for any of that. All's well that ends well. Besides, it's only thanks to your training that I made it out okay. I seriously could have died if it wasn't for you. I'm not exaggerating, I had some dangerously close brushes with death. And frankly, there were a few situations I only survived thanks to luck. This training saved my life. So, thanks, Grandpa.
そうか。そうだな。謝罪を受け入れてもらうよりも、お前に感謝をしてもらえる方がわしとしても喜ばしい。お前には本当に感謝している、正臣。ありがとう。
It's one thing to be thanked by your peers, but it's another to be thanked by someone way older than you. I'm not as bad at being thanked as Tomotake-san, but I still have no idea how to respond to this. Anyway, let's get on with training. It'll run late if we talk any longer.
そうだな。わかった。では、やるか。
Oh no. Is it just me or is Grandpa way more motivated now? This isn't good. You know, it's nice, you're motivated and all, but...
たまには朝から手合わせをしてみるか、正臣。お前の成長をわしに実感させてくれ。
Hey, wait, you don't have to be that gung-ho. Eek! Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. I'm alive. I'm still alive.
どうした？体調でも悪いのか？今日の動きはいつもより鈍く見えるが。
Nah, I'm fine. My health isn't the problem here. Grandpa's just too scary. He's in a wonderful mood. In fact, I've never seen him happier. But that also means he kept coming at me full force with a terrifying grin on his face. In some ways, he's scarier than the cursed spirits.
今日は鍛錬も一段と気合が入っておったの。
If by enthusiastic you mean insane, then yeah. Grandpa got way too into our sparring. And somehow, he still got his breath back before I did.
ところで正臣、鍛錬を続けるということは、ここに残ることに決めたのか？
Yeah, I gave it some thought and I want to stay here until graduation at least. I went through all the trouble of transferring already, and it's not like I'm in any rush to go home.
そうか。で、巫女姫様との結婚の件はどうするつもりか決めているのか？
Oh, I totally forgot about that. We've since agreed to just be normal friends, but our relationship technically started with an engagement. I haven't thought about the implications of that at all. I just naturally assumed I'd be staying in Tomotake-san's house if I remained here. Right, we are engaged. If I call off the engagement, I'm sure I'd have to move out. Say, what do you think about my engagement to Tomotake-san, Grandpa?
それはお前と巫女姫様で決めればいい。
Huh? You sure?
正直に言えば、お前で大丈夫かという不安はもちろんある。
Of course, huh?
だがな、最近のお前の頑張りを見ていると、心配はいらぬのではないか、とも思うようになってきた。鍛錬を投げ出すことなく続けた。真面目に取り組んでいるのも当然わかっている。今のお前になら、わしがとやかく言う必要はないだろう。
Grandpa.
お前には多大な迷惑をかけた。これ以上わしらの都合に振り回すつもりはない。結婚せずに都のところに戻るならばそれでいい。もし二人の間に、そういう意志があるのならば結婚すればいい。だがな、婚約を解消してもあそこでお世話になり続けるというのはさすがに話が違う。
Yeah, that makes sense. Even if Yasuharu-san would be fine with it, I'd just be imposing for no reason. Besides, it might cause rumors to spread. An unmarried boy and girl living under the same roof is something people would talk about, regardless of whether Tomotake-san is the shrine princess or not. Especially since I have the option of staying with my cousins.
今日明日中に決めろとは言わぬが、けじめだけはきっちりつけるようにな。
Right. Simply put, if I annul the engagement, I have to leave Tomotake-san's house. There's nothing wrong with that, of course. It's only fair. But still, my chest tightens at the thought of leaving. Ah, I see now. I've finally realized why I was so hesitant to admit I wanted to stay before.
こんな感じでいいの？はい、大丈夫ですよ。それで、そうですね。あ、でももう少し火から離しましょう。いいの？そんなことをしても。安心してください。余熱で十分です。慌てず落ち着けば難しいものではありませんから。
What's going on? I can hear Tomotake-san inside. But there's still some time until breakfast.
でも本当、急にどうされたんですか？それはだから最初に話した通り、ちょっとしたお礼みたいなもの。本当にそれだけなんでしょうか？珍しいの。こんな時間でも吉野が寝ぼけておらんのは。
I wonder what they are up to.
玄関の方から人の気配が。もう帰ってきた？
Guess I won't be able to sneak up on them to see what they're doing. It'd be rude to keep eavesdropping anyway. I take off my shoes and announce my return. I'm home!
おかえりなさい、アリチさん。今日はお早いお帰りで。
Yeah, Grandpa changed up the training regimen. The moment I walk into the living room, Hitachi-san stands in front of me. It's as if she's trying to block my view. Am I interrupting something?
いえ、邪魔などということはないのですが。
Seems to me like I am.
本当に邪魔というわけではないんですよ。ただ先に着替えていただきたいなと。
Is it okay if I take as much time as usual?
いえ、できる限りゆっくり着替えてきていただけると助かります。
Gotcha.
申し訳ありません。隠されると余計に気になるの。マコ、次助けて。はい、すぐに参りますので。
I said I'd go change, but now I'm curious too. Ha! I feign going to my room, then suddenly turn around. But Hitachi-san easily manages to block my field of view again.
忍者ですので。
I didn't say anything. Looks like I won't be able to pull any fast ones on Hitachi-san. I turn around and start trudging to my room. Meanwhile, behind me.
ほほう、なるほどの。そういうわけか。村雨様、これは我が輩のことは気にするでない。それよりも手元を見なくてよいのか。ママ子、早く来て。はいはい。
I still want to know what's going on, but if they don't want me to see, I won't push the issue. I feel like if I do, all I'll find is another kunai at my throat. Let's just go to my room and wait until breakfast. We all gather for breakfast a short time later. Whatever Tomotaka-san and Hitachi-san were up to before is done now, and nothing seems out of the ordinary. Yeah, I guess that means breakfasts here have become ordinary to me. I still don't feel quite as comfortable as I do in my own house, but it doesn't feel like I'm an outsider here anymore either. As a result, I've begun enjoying my meals here at the Tomotaka household a lot more. Hope.
はい、アリツさん、お醤油使いますよね。
Yeah, thanks Tomotaka-san. Here's the salad dressing.
ありがとうございます。アリツさん、おかわりしますよね。
Yeah, mind getting them for me?
半分ぐらいでいいんですよね。
Yep, thank you.
いえ、お茶を入れるついでですから。何？二人してじっと見たりして。いいえ、いい連携プレーだなぁと思いまして、私が口を出す暇もありませんでした。
2といえばか。
あといえばだから何なの？二人して変なこと言って。
二人とも本当に仲良くなったものだと思ってね。
まるで夫婦みたいでしたよ。
Like newlyweds. Both Tomotaka-san and I blush bright red. And she'd just forgotten about the whole marriage thing too. Now she's gonna get self-conscious about it all over again.
ほら、今だって息ぴったり貫禄バッチリ。何言ってるの？違う、そんな変なこと言わないで。これは夫婦とかじゃなくて、一緒に過ごしていれば普通にわかることじゃない。何にしろ仲がいいことは間違いありませんよね。
夫婦に関してはそんなに恥ずかしがることもないんじゃないかな。二人は婚約者なんだから今更だよね。
そういう話でしたね。婚約してたんですよね、一応。
I knew it. Tomotaka-san did forget about the engagement. Well, I guess that makes sense. It's not like we were flirting all the time or anything.
何ですか？何か言いたいことでもあるんですか？
いやね、なんだか少し意外だと思って。以前は結婚なんてしませんって叫んでいただろう。
そんな昔の話を蒸し返さなくてもいいじゃないですか。何度も言いますが、あの時は巻き込んではいけないと思っていたから、ああして突き放した方がいいと思っただけです。
確かにあの頃と比べると本当にすっかり雰囲気が変わったね。
そうですね。今朝だってちょっとマコ、その話は。そうでした。大変失礼いたしました。
Is this related to whatever they were doing in the kitchen earlier? Well, it's not like they'd answer if I asked.
いや、実際の話、吉野にはまたお見合いの話がいくつか来ているんだ。呪いも解決したんだから選択肢も増えたことになるけれど、どうする？
それはいつも通りちゃんと断っておいてください。
つまり正臣君と結婚するということでいいんだね。
誰もそこまでは言ってません。
There's something I'd like to ask you, Yasuharu-san.
なんだい？
The situation's different from when you first asked me to marry Tomotaka-san. Do you still think there's a pressing need for her to marry?
そうだね。こんな風に状況が変化するなんて想像もしていなかったけれど、非常に喜ばしいと思っているよ。それ以外は特に何も。結婚の話についてなら最初に言った通りだよ。それは本人の気持ち次第。後のことは若い二人に任せる。とにかくこれ以上は勝手な都合を押し付けるつもりはないよ。まあ二人に結婚を押し付けた僕が言える言葉ではないかもしれないけどね。
笑い事じゃない。
ごめん。本当に当人同士の問題だと思ってるよ。今すぐ答えが必要なわけじゃないよ。朝食の場で気軽に答えることでもないしね。本人を目の前にしては言いづらいこともあるだろうし、僕らに聞かれたくないこともあるだろう。だから二人で決めてくれればいい。
二人で？
家が神社だからって神前式にこだわらなくていいよ。ウェディングドレスが着たければ。
気が早い。重要な段階を一つすっ飛ばしてるじゃない。
まあとにかく僕には報告だけしてくれればいいから。
Talk it through, huh? I glance over at Tomotaka-san. A heart to heart. She may not be outright hostile to me anymore, but what does Tomotaka-san think of me? And more importantly, what do I think of her?
さて、それではそろそろ学院に行く準備を始めましょうか。あ、そうそう。忘れないうちに今日のお弁当です、アリチさん。
Thanks as always, Hitachi-san.
いえいえ、お気になさらず。そうして院を警護する西面の武士が新たに創設されたわけですね。北面の武士は白河上皇の時、自社に対抗して創設されたもの。西面の武士は後鳥羽上皇の時、討幕するために創設されたものということです。この2つは両方とも朝廷の警備ではありますが、目的が違うことを覚えておいてくださいね。なるほど。お寺と戦うのが白面の武士と。いろいろ混じってしまっていますね。
Now that I think about it, I never really gave it any serious thought. I've always just assumed that we'd never actually get married. And then, as I grew closer to Tomotaka-san, the idea of marriage slipped my mind entirely. Marrying a girl as cute as Tomotaka-san? I definitely think she's a charming person. And I'm not just talking about her looks. Her occasional airheadedness, her inability to hide her kind side no matter how cold she acts, and the way she takes things too seriously sometimes are all cute. In fact, someone as wonderful as Tomotaka-san feels a bit out of my league. That said, we are both still students and it's not like we've become an actual couple or anything. Hell, I've never even had a normal girlfriend before. I don't know the first thing about dating, let alone marriage. But what I do know is that being with Tomotaka-san is fun. And I want to stay there. That was the reason for my initial indecision. It's not that I want to stay in Hori. I just want to stay there in that home. Doesn't that basically mean that I...
おーい。
Hmm?
おいってば。
What? Keep it down during class.
何言ってんだよ。もしかしてお前、授業が終わってること気づいてないの？
Huh? Looking around, I see that Sensei's not here. People have already put away their textbooks and started eating.
どうしたんだよ。授業でわからないところがあったとかじゃないよな。
Sorry, I was just spacing out a little.
朝からトレーニングのしすぎじゃないのか？
Nah, that's not it. I just have something on my mind. I stash my textbooks and notebooks and then open the bento box Hitachi-san gave me this morning. Rentaro sits across from me and does the same.
もしかしてなんか悩んでる？よろしい。何か悩みがあるならば、俺が相談に乗ってやろうではないか。
No thanks.
なんだよそのそっけない態度。
I mean...
少なくともお前よりは酸いも甘いも噛みしめたことはあるんだぞ。火消しのコツなら任せろ。
If anything, your advice would just make it worse.
人は失敗からいろいろ学ぶもんさ。何か悩み事だろ？言ってみろって。ほら。どうしたよ。何でもいいんだぞ。
This guy sure is pushy. You are pretending to be on my side, but you just want to laugh at me, don't you? Hey, don't look away.
バカ言うな。いとこが悩んでるんだとしたら力になりたいだけさ。
I'm sure you have already figured out my worries involved Motake-san and are only here to heckle me. See, you looked away again.
だってお前、やっぱり気になるじゃん。巫女姫様の好きな相手とかさ。
Girls really are the only thing on your mind.
若い男が他に何を考えんだよ。
Well, obviously. Actually, I got nothing.
ほら見ろ。
My current worries are about a girl too, so I guess I don't have any right to say anything.
ま、教室じゃ話しにくいこともあるだろうからいいけどさ。その気になった時は、俺はいつでも話を聞くからな。
I will if I ever feel like it. I end the conversation and unpack my lunch.
それ、確か日立さんが作ってるんだよな。っていうか、巫女姫様の分も。
Yep.
巫女姫様って料理できない人？
I'd say it's more that she lacks experience since Hitachi-san is always there to cook for her. When we made omelets before, it felt more like she was just new to cooking rather than bad at it. Granted, it's hard to make a judgment call with just omelets. I guess she's a little clumsy, but she'd probably make for a good cook with some proper guidance. She's good at sewing, so it's not like she's horrible at chores in general.
ほー、意外だな。それこそ日立さんがやりそうなものなのに。
Tomotake-san's better at it. I cut out a piece of my omelette and plop it into my mouth. Munch, munch.
どうした？
It's nothing. It's just, the egg feels a little runnier than usual. They're usually fluffier and softer. The other side dishes all have slightly different seasonings too, and they're kinda misshapen. I wonder if Hitachi-san didn't have enough time with all that commotion this morning. But then again, these dishes were clearly made with care. It doesn't feel like this was hastily slapped together. Besides, it still tastes good. While I'm lost in thought, I feel someone staring at me. Looking up to see who it is, I find Tomotake-san. But the moment our eyes meet, she hurriedly looks away.
巫女姫様、急にどうかしたんですか？なんだか難しそうな顔をしてますよ。もしやわさびでありますか？いえ、違います。そういうことではありません。問題ありませんから気にしないでください。
なんだ？
Who knows? I finished my lunch thinking about Tomotaka-san's expression the whole time.
はい、今日の授業もおしまいですね。お疲れ様でした。ご主人、授業は終わったのか？
Yeah. Now it's time for afternoon training. By the way, you're not required to be around me, right, Murasame-chan?
だからこうして授業中は別行動をしておるのだ。
Well, there's no need to worry about cursed spirits showing up anymore, so you can move around more freely if you want.
それはあまりつきまとわぬ方が良いか？
No, I didn't mean it that way. I like having you around.
さすがに冗談じゃよ。慌てずとも別に傷ついておらん。
Jokes like that really aren't in good taste, you know.
すまぬ。ご主人の言う通りだな。謝罪しよう。だが、ご主人のそばにいたいのは本当のことだぞ。一人でうろうろするのにも相手おるからな。
Makes sense. Even if you were free to go anywhere, you'd get lonely if there was no one you could talk to.
その気持ち自体は冗談ではない。ご主人が迷惑でなければ、今のままで過ごしたいと思うのだ。
Gotcha. You've been a great help this whole time, so I'm not gonna say no. I just figured you'd be bored watching me train every day. But if that's what you want, having you around's more fun for me too.
では行くか。
Alrighty. Just as I'm about to head out, I spot someone watching me from the shadows. Tomotaka-san? Did she just run away?
気づかれちゃった。隠れてどうするんですか、吉野様。アリチさんも困っていますよ。
Ah, she's back. What's up?
ちょっとお尋ねしたいことがありまして。
I don't mind, but is this gonna take a while? I have my training, so if this is gonna take some time, can we save it for later?
トレーニング続けるんですか？
Yeah, I figure getting some regular exercise wouldn't be a bad idea. Besides, food tastes better after a good workout.
トレーニング。トレーニングって私が見ても大丈夫ですか？
It's not all that fun to watch, and I'll be at it for a while.
構いません。ただの興味ですから。アリッチさんだって前を見ていたりするじゃないですか。
I guess. If you want to, then go right ahead.
はい、よろしくお願いします。では、私は先に戻って夕食の準備をしておきますね。もしかして、我が輩も席を外した方がいい展開かの？いえ、一人で見ているより村雨様も一緒にいてもらった方が私としては助かります。そうか？わかった。では一緒に行くか。
Together with Tomotaka-san and Murasame-chan, I head to Shinatsu Manor.
巫女姫様、今日はどうされたのですか？
今日はアリッチさんのトレーニングを見学させてもらうことになりまして。
そうなのですか。
もしお邪魔でしたら言っていただきたいのですが。
邪魔だなんてそんなことは決して。納得ゆくまでご見学ください。
ありがとうございます。
正海、これは一体どういうことだ？
She just said she was curious about what my training's like. I don't think there's any deeper meaning behind it.
そうか。ならばいいが、何か配慮した方がいいというわけでもなく、いつも通りでいいんだな。
Nah, same as always is fine.
わかった。では巫女姫様、鍛錬は公民館で行いますので移動いたします。
はい、どうか私のことは気にせずよろしくお願いします。
The four of us head to the community center.
どうした正海、その程度で終わりか？しゃー！ 星が遅れて手だけで打ってるぞ。そんなことではちえや。楽な方に逃げるな。
随分と激しいんですね。いつもこんな感じなんですか？いや、これはむしろいつもより厳しいような気がするぞ。
Hey, Grandpa! I said the same as always, not harder than ever.
ちえ
Listen to me!
今日はこれまで。
Thank you very. Grandpa fought so hard, even he is out of breath now. Even though I said the same as usual was fine. He got really into it when he learned Toмотака-san was watching. He pushed himself pretty hard this morning too. Is he really going to be alright? I hope he's not overdoing it, considering his age and all.
大丈夫ですか？
なんだこれぐらいでは戻りましょうか。
今日は見学させていただき本当にありがとうございました。
いえ、この程度。興味がありましたらまたいつでもいらしてください。
吉野が見るたびにこんなに激しくなっては死んでしまいそうだな。主に源十郎が。
Yeah, I'm honestly worried he might get a heart attack. Usually he looks unfazed after our training sessions, but today he looks pretty worn out. He probably got too excited by Toмотaка-san's presence and overexerted himself.
それでは巫女姫様、わしはこれで失礼します。
はい、今日はゆっくり疲れを癒してください。
痛み入ります。
With a bow, Grandpa walks inside. We might as well get going too.
はい、そうですね。
So, why the sudden interest in watching my kendo training?
それはチラチラチラ。おお、そうか。
Murasame-chan?
すまぬ、ご主人、我が輩は先に戻らせてもらう。
Why all of a sudden?
ご主人は本当に鈍いの。吉野がわざわざ現れたのだ。何か話があるということではないか。まあ、話というのもどうせ今朝のあれのことであろうが。
Huh?
気にするな。何にせよ二人きりの方がいろいろと話しやすかろう。ゆえに先に戻る。我が輩空気の読める女じゃからな。ふっふっふ。
If you really knew how to take a hint, you'd leave without saying anything. Also, didn't you tease us a whole bunch when I checked Toмотaка-san's temperature?
細かいことを言うでない。あげるぞ。
Those destined to grow bold will grow bold no matter what. That's what my dad said.
ご主人の親はどうしてそうも悲観的なのだ？とにかくそういうことだ。ではな。
Murasame-chan fades out of view. Thanks to the conversation this morning, I'm feeling more self-conscious than usual. It's pretty nerve-wracking being alone with Toмотaка-san. We might as well get going too.
そうですね。
That's the exact same thing I said earlier, but now the mood's completely different. The two of us walk down the twilit street. The scenery looks straight out of a romance manga, making me even more nervous. Should I say something? I open my mouth, but nothing comes out. Perhaps my throat is too dry. Oh, new CG. Yeah?
今日はトレーニングを見せてくれてありがとうございました。
I don't know if that's worth your thanks.
すごいんですね。剣道の練習って 激しくて本当に驚きました。
Today was a bit special. Grandpa's not that intense every day. He probably just got into it since you were watching. But either way, it couldn't have been that fun to watch.
そんなことはありませんよ。なんだか新鮮な感じがして面白かったです。
I guess it's the opposite of her dance. She's slow and graceful, while my dance is fast and violent.
でもアリチさん、防戦一方でしたね。
In my defense, Kendo masters are still masters even when they get old. Grandpa moves fast and decisively, and it's like he can force me into taking any action he wants. And if I try to overpower him with brute strength, he'll just parry me. You saw what happened.
源十郎さんの動きには無駄がないように見えましたね。あれだけでも見に行ってよかったと思います。ずっとあんな風に頑張っていたんですね。なんちゃって。
Tomotaka-san takes a fake swing at me, then smiles bashfully. She's more playful than usual this evening. So, what was it you wanted to talk about? Something else on your mind? With my heart rate accelerating, I try and keep the conversation going to distract myself.
あ、違います。そういう愚痴ではなくて、
Actually, before we get into that, can I say something first? There's something I wanted to talk to you about too.
はい、なんでしょう。
Thank you very much for making me lunch.
なぜそれを。
I may be dense, but I'm not that dense. The commotion this morning, Tomotaka-san constantly looking my way during lunch, and Murasame-chan's not so subtle hints made it obvious. Especially since the lunch itself was different.
すみません。
Why are you apologizing?
食べただけでわかるくらい、マコのお弁当とは違ってまずかったということですよね。
Nah, it was pretty good actually. The egg was a little runny, it was a bit over-seasoned, and the side dishes a little misshapen, but it still tasted great.
アリチさん、そのフォローに見せかけて突き落とすのはやめてもらえませんか。正直どう受け止めればいいのか微妙です。
I was trying to praise you, but I just thought you'd prefer it if I was honest about it. And all those differences were pretty slight, really.
そんな些細な違いで私が作ったって気づくんですか。
Nah, I could tell because of the omelette. It was sweet. You put sugar into it, didn't you?
あそうでした。アリチさんは甘い卵焼きが嫌いなんでした。お弁当を作ることに必死でそこを忘れるなんて。私としたことがこんなうっかりをしてしまうなんて。うかつ、なんといううかつ。
In a way, I'm kind of relieved she's as much of a klutz as I expected.
違うんです。あれは決して嫌がらせではなくて、寝坊をしてしまったんです。本当なら1時間前には起きるはずだったのに30分前までぼーっとしてしまって。怒ってますか。
Wahahahahaha.
どうして笑うんですか。
Oh, I'm just laughing at myself. I read too much into your intentions and thought you were trying to convert me to the sweet egg camp.
そんなことしたりしません。これは本当にちょっとしたうっかりで、と言いますか、迷惑でしたか。
Do I look like I'm annoyed?
だってマコのお弁当の方が美味しいでしょうから、それに卵焼きを甘くしてしまって。
Knowing that you made it for me is enough to make me happy. At the very least, I never once thought you made the omelette sweet to be mean.
本当に。
Yeah, really. After all, I could tell you put a lot of care into it. If all she wanted to do was shove sweet omelettes down my throat, she could have made my lunch nothing but omelettes. But she worked hard on every aspect of the lunch. It's obvious that wasn't some prank. Her flustered reaction proves it was an honest mistake. Really, I'm happy you made lunch for me. Thank you.
いえ、こちらこそありがとうございます。
But why the sudden desire to make lunch? It doesn't seem like it was on a whim. Toмотака-san, the complete opposite of a morning person, woke up early to make lunch.
あれはお礼です。
Did I do anything?
今までお世話になったことに少しでも何かお返しできたらと思って。
You sure are nice. I'm really happy she feels that way. Huh? Did I do something wrong?
私が律儀なんじゃなくて、アリツさんが適当すぎるんです。いくらお礼を言ってもいつも軽く受け流してまともに取り合ってくれない。だから言葉だけじゃなくお弁当を作ってみたんじゃないですか。
Are you mad at me?
怒っていません。
Even though you're shouting?
それにお礼なのに失敗してしまうなんて。
Did you really?
そんなお情け必要ありません。良いも悪いも正直に言った方が相手のためになるってさっき言ってたじゃないですか。だから何か思うことがあればちゃんと言ってください。
Alright. Well, there's one thing I thought after eating your lunch. Honestly, I'm not sure if I should be saying this or not.
構いません。どんな厳しい言葉でもそれが正直な感想なのでしたら聞かせてください。
Alright, here goes nothing. Then, after eating your lunch, I started to think that maybe sweet omelets aren't so bad. Once in a while, anyway. They were sweet, but not too sweet. It was a gentle sweetness that didn't overstay its welcome. After eating them, I started thinking maybe sweet omelets are alright after all.
それって。
Those are my honest thoughts.
でもどうしてそんなに悔しそうに言うんですか？
Because it feels like I'm admitting defeat. I mean, they're sweet omelets. But since Toмотaка-san made them for me, I can't just lie to her.
何ですかそれ。子供みたい。勝ち負けの問題なんですか？
By the way, Hitachi-san was with you, wasn't she? Didn't she say anything when you were about to add the sugar?
できるだけ自分で作りたかったので、もちろんアドバイスはしてもらいましたが、基本的には私だけで。
Ah. Knowing Hitachi-san, she probably let Toмотaка-san put sugar in on purpose, to make it easier for me to tell who made it. Well, frustrating as it is, I have to say, I legitimately enjoyed your sweet omelets.
そう言ってもらえるなら嬉しいような悔しいような。
Why would you be frustrated?
ミスはミスです。納得のいかないものを褒められるのってちょっと微妙です。
Ah, I see what you mean. But really, I'm glad you made me lunch. Thanks, Toмотaка-san.
そうですか。それは何よりですが、本当に喜んでもらえましたか？
I'm not, really. Please believe me.
それじゃあ明日もお弁当私が作ってもいいですか？
Of course, I'd love that.
今度はちゃんと甘くない卵焼きにしますから、雪辱を晴らす機会が欲しいです。
But you sure you want to? Isn't it a pain waking up that early?
些細なことかもしれませんが、これが今私のやりたいことです。ですからむしろ食べて感想を聞かせてもらったりする方が私としても嬉しいです。
Well, if that's what you want, I'll be happy to oblige.
はい、ありがとうございます。
Compared to before, her smile has gotten more childish. It's the same face making the same smile, but it feels totally different.
何ですか？
Oh, nothing. Just wondering what tomorrow's lunch will be like.
それ嫌味じゃないですよね。
Do I look that twisted to you? Why doesn't she trust me?
でもアリチさん、失礼なことをよく言いますから。
Really? I don't mean to.
じゃあ本当に期待してるんですか？
Of course.
そうですか。まあ仕方ありませんね。その期待に応えてあげなくもありませんよ。
I can't tell if she's being bashful or sulking. Either way, she has definitely been more expressive since the curse was lifted. I can't help but smile at her childish mannerisms. You sure you aren't setting the bar too high there?
ほら、また失礼なことを言いました。本当に失礼です。グーの音も出ないようなお弁当を作って明日も敗北を認めてもらいますから。
Well, well, now I'm really looking forward to it.
やっぱり嫌味じゃないですか。
Tomotaka-san pulls her cheeks out at me. I simply grin in return. She definitely has gotten more expressive, both when she's happy and when she's mad. It makes me happy seeing all these new sides of her. We haven't even eaten dinner yet, and all I can think about is tomorrow's lunch. Man, I'm acting like one of those elementary school kids who bullies their crush. No, I'm not even acting. That's basically what I am. I'm in love with Tomotaka-san. Ah, it's only now I realize this is the first time I've ever truly fallen in love. I never knew love can make you feel this way.
Senren Banka